Alex!
Toronto stopped her, but did not break her. Now Alex Eala is back in Cincinnati, and this time she is coming with something different. New fire, new confidence, and one goal: to make everyone who believe in her feel that they were right. She has already tasted the biggest victory of her career. She has already shocked the tennis world. She has already shown that she can beat names people once thought were far above her. But then came Toronto. 8 matches in just 12 days had taken a toll. The body was tired. The winning streak was over. And against Belinda Bencic, there was simply nothing left in the tank. For the first time in weeks, Alex looked human. But before we go any further, hit subscribe and stay right here. This is your very own Tennis Hive. Philippines tennis, who else has been waiting for Alex Eala's Cincinnati comeback? Comment Alex below and join our 500 subscriber challenge. Because what happened after that loss may be more important than the loss itself. Alex didn't disappear. She didn't make excuses. She took a short break, stepped away from tennis, and gave herself something she desperately needed: time to breathe. And then she packed her bags again. Cincinnati was waiting. But this time, Alex wasn't arriving as the same player who had left Toronto. She was arriving as the world number 20, a career-high ranking. And even more impressively, she entered Cincinnati as the number 17 seed. That number is important because it gives Alex something she desperately needed after 2 exhausting weeks: time. As a seeded player, she receives a first-round bye. No immediate opening round battle. No need to step onto the court and instantly fight through another match. Instead, Alex gets extra time to recover, prepare, and get her body ready. And after what happened in Toronto, that could be a massive advantage. Because look at what she has done before reaching Cincinnati. At Wimbledon, Alex became the first Filipino player to be seeded at a Grand Slam. Then she reached the 4th round. She didn't simply make history. She proved she belonged on that stage. And then came Washington. Alex entered the tournament without the kind of expectations surrounding the biggest names. But she kept winning, match after match, until she reached the final. Standing across the net was Jessica Pegula, one of the biggest names in women's tennis. And Alex beat her. She won the biggest title of her career, her first WTA Tour-level singles title. And with that victory, Alex became the first Filipino player to win a WTA Tour-level singles title. Suddenly, everything changed. Her ranking changed. Her confidence changed. And most importantly, the way the tennis world looked at her changed. But there was no time to celebrate. Toronto came next, and Alex kept winning. One match, then another, then another. The streak reached 7. 7 consecutive victories. And with every win, the attention around Alex became bigger. The fans became louder. The Philippine flags became more visible. And her matches started feeling less like ordinary tennis matches and more like major events. Then came Bencic, and the run finally ended. But that defeat doesn't erase what happened before it. In fact, it may have taught Alex something she needed to learn. You cannot play at maximum intensity forever. At some point, the body asks for rest. And Alex finally listened. That is why Cincinnati is so interesting. The biggest question isn't whether Alex can beat a top player. She has already proven that she can. The question is whether she can manage everything that comes with becoming a top player. Because things are different now. Alex is no longer the unknown player who can surprise everyone. Opponents know her. Fans expect more from her. And every tournament comes with bigger expectations. But that pressure is also proof of how far she has come. A few months ago, people were asking whether Alex belonged at this level. Now, they're asking how far she can go. And that is a completely different question. Cincinnati gives her another opportunity to answer it. The field is stacked with some of the best players in the world. But Alex doesn't need to think about the entire draw. She doesn't need to think about the US Open. She doesn't need to think about rankings or records when she walks onto the court. She needs to think about one opponent, one match, one point at a time. That has been her approach throughout this incredible rise. And it may be even more important now, because the next stage of Alex's career isn't just about producing one incredible tournament. It's about learning how to do it consistently. Washington proved she could win a title. Toronto proved she could keep winning under pressure. Cincinnati will test whether she can recover and do it again. And there's another reason fans should be watching closely. Alex isn't playing only for herself anymore. Everywhere she goes, Filipino supporters are showing up. They travel. They wave the flag. They fill the stands. They scream her name. And Alex has repeatedly shown how much that support means to her. For those fans, every match is another opportunity to watch history being made. But there is something Alex has to balance. The love can create pressure. When thousands of people believe in you, you want to give them something to celebrate. But tennis doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you lose. And sometimes, like in Toronto, your body simply runs out of energy. The important thing is what happens next. And Alex has already shown us that she doesn't allow one loss to define her. That's why her arrival in Cincinnati feels different. She isn't trying to erase Toronto. She's trying to learn from it. She knows what exhaustion feels like now. She knows how quickly a great run can drain the body. And she knows that sometimes the smartest thing a player can do is step away, recover, and come back stronger. Now she has that chance. The first round gives her breathing room. The short break gives her recovery time. And the confidence from Washington and Toronto gives her something even more valuable: belief. So when Alex finally walks onto the Cincinnati court, don't just watch the scoreboard. Watch her movement. Watch her energy. Watch how she handles long rallies. Watch whether she looks fresh. Because those details may tell us everything about what comes next. If Alex is physically ready, this tournament could become very interesting. She already has the weapons. She already has the confidence. And she has already beaten players who were once considered out of reach. Now she has to prove she can do it again. And perhaps that's the most exciting part of this entire story. Toronto ended the 7-match winning streak. But it didn't end Alex Eala's momentum. It gave her a lesson. It gave her a reason to reset. And now Cincinnati is giving her another opportunity. The fans are waiting. The Philippine flags are ready. The world's best players are waiting across the draw. And Alex is walking back onto the stage with something she didn't have before this summer. A WTA title, a career-high ranking, experience at the biggest tournaments, and the belief that she belongs. So the question is no longer whether Alex Eala can shock the tennis world. She already has. The question now is much bigger. Can she turn this breakthrough into a new reality? Can she recover from Toronto and make another deep run? Can she handle the pressure that comes with being a top 20 player? And when she finally steps onto that Cincinnati court, which Alex Eala are we going to see? The exhausted player who left Toronto? Or the fearless champion who conquered Washington and then won 7 straight matches? We're about to find out. Because Toronto stopped the streak, but did not stop Alex Eala. And now, Cincinnati gets the next chapter.